Well. Late evening, everyone. How are you? You are hanging out with Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. And as you can see, guys, I have posted here what you all have done for me so graciously. 424, means 422 subscribers right now. I'm loving this, loving this, loving this, loving this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You see it. You know we're getting ready to talk about Napheesa Collier and the latest and greatest of her post interview. And we're going to get into it. I know that you've seen me speak on it before on another panel. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and give them the shout out. My family right now. Bro Claude, brother Claude. The gingerbread man. The gingerbread man. He has his podcast rocking and rolling. He has the Crash Out Room. And we first and foremost, before we even give homage to Bro Claude, we want to give homage to Simply Ball Dropping with our main man, KSAP, who has made all of this possible for quite a few of us. And it is important that I say thank you once again, Brother KSAP, for all you do, all you will do, and what you have done. Thank you so much. And to Bro Claude, who has taken me under his big wing and brought me aboard and have shown me all the ropes of this podcast world here in social media on YouTube. And let's not forget my girl Keisha, the woman behind the wheel of this huge organization right now. Keisha, with her podcast, Cut the Ish, please go and follow all of them on their platforms. That's their individual platform. And then the group platform that we have together is Full Court Trio and the Players Club. Do go follow those channels as well. And on Monday mornings, we have the recap with myself and Bro Claude on Monday mornings. And let's not forget, we have the Crash Out on Tuesday and Friday. Thursday will be my day. I don't know what I'm going to call that day, but we're going to come up with a name. We're going to come up with a name together. Hey, if you have a name for my Thursday podcast with my brother Bro Claude, go ahead and put it in the chat. So maybe I'll probably consider some of those since I don't have one right now. What should I call it? But without further ado, here we are. My numbers, 422 and climbing, guys. Let's go ahead and pull that off the screen there. We're going to take that off the screen and we are going to just simply get into it. And I want to bring this down because I want you to see my lovely artwork there of Napheesa Collier. Because this is who we're talking about. This is the hot ticket right now. And we'll touch a little bit on and give you a little bit of a recap of the Fever versus Aces last game, the best of 5 of the semifinals of the playoffs. But with Napheesa Collier post interview was something to literally remember. And what I mean by literally remember, it is something to literally remember. It is so much to take in. And I want to bring this article up here Napheesa on there. And let's go ahead and pull this up where we can see it. And I'm going to bring this here because we need to see this in its entirety. There we go. See it in its entirety. And that's why I have that. So let's see here. Let's get you up and running. We're on here, and I just want you guys to take a listen to just the interaction what caused most of this. And let's bring this depth down because it's a little up there. All right, so let's adjust this a little bit. And let's hear it out. This was a heated game 4. It was do or die for Napheesa and her team.
Basketball player. I think a lot of my pieces are classic, more simple, and I feel like that's the way that I play basketball too. The way you play sports and the energy that you have there and the way you dress yourself, those are both ways that you express your personality and who you are. To have huge brands like TJ Maxx supporting us, it just shows you what a long way we've come. It's really amazing to be a part of. TJ Maxx. Maxx, what makes you, you.
All right. So we got to see Napheesa in her action. But here we go, guys. Here's the action of what took place. Let's take a look at it, guys. This is tough. This is tough. It's tough to watch.
Find each other on the cuts. Finding that
it's just literally tough to watch. It's tough to watch, and I don't want to go back. I just let me see. Let me come right here, so we just kind of see that interaction just a tiny bit, if it will let it capture it.
Find each other on the cuts.
Nah, it's not gonna let me bring it to that peak, but that's okay. That's okay. So here's the outcome of that injury, guys. Source: Napheesa Collier tore ankle ligaments on Thomas collision. Now, it is severe. Minnesota Lynx star Napheesa Collier suffered a grade 2 tear of 3 ligaments in her ankle and a muscle in her shin during the collision Friday with Phoenix Mercury forward Alyssa Thomas. A source close to the situation told ESPN. The injury carries a minimum 6 weeks recovery period, the source told ESPN, meaning Collier would not have been able to return this season had the top-seeded Lynx advanced beyond their best-of-5 series against Mercury. The Mercury eliminated the short-handed Lynx with their victory Sunday in Game 4. Lynx coach Cheryl Reeves was ejected from Game 3 and earned a 1-game suspension for her reaction to the play on which Collier was injured. Now, that to me was something that literally just happened. It's not one of those situations where it was something that Alyssa Thomas did to kind of like just force that injury on Fee. She went for the steal. She went with her on-ball hand, got the steal, and went up the court. It's just one of those freak incidents where Napheesa rolled that ankle really, really hard, trying to get that step. And oh my boy, as I see it, it was such a terrible roll. I was hoping and praying that we would not get news of this sort, but however we did. We did, and we hope the best for Fee in that regards, that she can recover fully and 100% be ready to go in her next endeavor with playing in Unrivaled. Now, Fee had an exit interview, guys. She had an exit interview, and we're going to get to that exit interview here in just a second. Let's get to that exit interview, which is an astonishing interview. And it's one that the world is like, what? It's a what? Who, when, what, why, and how. So let's get you that interview here. All the maneuvering of these buttons here kind of takes you through some things. Let's get there. Let's get there. Let's get there. Let's get there. All right. Here we go. Let's get to this interview. Let's share this with you. Let's get this up there, and let's turn it on where we can actually hear it. Let's start it from the beginning. I want to start it from the beginning so you all can hear it. I know you've seen this before, but you haven't seen it from me. I was on a panel when we showed this, but let's get it in full depth here. All right, here we go.
Thank you all for your time today. I have prepared a statement that I would like to make before taking any questions. All right. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money, it isn't ratings, or even missed calls, or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of out of breath. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact that players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court, because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's a mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's Unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results than this game we play. But do you know who I haven't heard from? Kathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2 telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries. That is infuriating. And it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take. I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation, it isn't about collaboration, it's about control and power. I've earned this platform and I've paid the price to get here, and now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better. Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about a fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has earned the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine. It's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level. Thank you.
Interesting. And man, that's a mouthful. That's a mouthful, guys. That's a mouthful in itself. Did you hear what she said? She said she's grown tired. She sat back. She's been at the table. She's asked the questions on how they can better do this. My big thing on this is one of the things she spoke on were the 3 key entities that have bought massive revenue and fans to the W. You can't get this, Kathy, without these players and the product in which they're bringing you. Because if you could, then you would have done it already. It's clear that you can't. Not by yourself. Because guess what? For everything, it takes a village. And without those players being in your village, you couldn't get this done. The deals you said that, according to and allegedly by Napheesa Collier, that you said you broker for Caitlin off the court. Nah. I think you need to regurgitate what you said, Kathy, because if I remember correctly, those same 3 players that Fee just named has come in this league and they are rich. They have what they need. This league is not something that they have to have. They can probably take their money and put a league together themselves. That's how much money they make. That's their revenue. That's what they came into your league with. So they're here to play this game because they love the game. There's nothing that you're giving them for as pay is enough. And I think when some trolls were trolling Angel Reese and she made the comment one day about my WNBA paycheck isn't enough to pay my rent. It was a comment she was making based on the fact that the trolls were calling her broke and this, that, and the third. But little do they know, she was the highest paid female athlete in college. And she brought all of that wealth with her. So yes, she was paid more than Caitlin. Go back and look at it. But nevertheless, it's no stain on what Caitlin made because Caitlin was right there behind her. The numbers don't lie. People do. Go look it up. It's in the cloud. It's on social media. It's in the Ethernet. Look for it. It's there. It tells you how much these women were paid before even coming into this league, and as well as Paige. And I'm wondering at some point, guys, when you sit back and you think, because They're all in the same class. Had Paige not gotten hurt and had the injury and had to sit out and then extend for a year, which Angel still had another year to stay, that she could stay, but she chose not to stay. She came out. Right? But these women, nevertheless, came into this league with not only money, they came with fans, they came with publicity, they came with an entire social media staff. What is out in the world and the universe cannot be stopped. So, Kathy, these ladies came. You got what? A plane. They got private jets. You guys say thanks to Caitlin. Whichever way you want to turn it and spin it, if that's what you want to believe, then that's what you believe. And that's just to the fans out there who says XYZ. I'm not taking nothing from any of these players because each of these players have played a big major part in what the W is today. That it is. And I'm going to give homage to some more of the rookie class as well as the sophomore class, because all of these ladies came in with calculated monies in their pocket already. They're playing this game and they're here simply because of the love of the game. And that's something that you cannot take away from them, Kathy, no matter how much you try to say what you've done for any of these ladies, because you have not. So we had two of those three ladies that spoke on behalf of what Napheesa had to say. But not only that, I need you guys to hear this clearly, and as well as some of the players in the league, like Asia Wilson, Lexi Hall, Sophie Cunningham, Angel Reese replied, Paige replied. Everyone is replying. Dejani Carrington has replied. Let me tell you something, Kathy. These ladies stand with Fee because they know what they're looking at. They know where things are, and they want better. In order for the league to grow, as it was stated, that for New York Liberty to grow, what did the GM say? He said, we're looking to move to new innovations. And the coach they had was not it, although they won a title last year. So there's no rhyme or reason why this coach should have been fired. We're not going to say let go. We're going to say fired. She's fired because you want to go another direction. Who you want to put there, who knows? Let's just make sure it's someone that's going to do well by the league. Let's make sure for Dallas, you get a coach in there that knows what they're doing and will do something well for that organization and allow that organization to fulfill its worth from the players that they have on that team, because those players are very good and they have proven that they could have won more games than they did this year. However, it just didn't pan out. Same thing for Chicago. Chicago recruited players or brought players in and gave away their picks, their best picks for what they ended up with this year. I'm not here to talk about any downfall or upgrade of any part of Chicago right now, because I believe they have taken enough vitriol from everyone surrounding them, and including all of Chicago, where they are. And we can't say enough about that, right? So I'm going to move away from that and back to the lecture at hand, which is a statement that was made by Napheesa and what it represents for the W and how it needs to improve. And it always stems from the top. The top has to make it better. The players can't. The players are just players that play. And I'm going to tell you, as someone that understands this here, players and coaches are made to, you coach and you don't speak out of turn. You play and you don't speak at all, other than what we want you to say. Watch what you say, because if not, you're going to be fined. And that's what Fee is talking about. If you speak on a situation, you get fined. Look at Stephanie White and Becky Hammonds. They were fined because they agreed with what Cheryl said. Cheryl said it. The tone she said it in was rough. The words, the language she used was, some would say, out of line. Some would say just, she shouldn't have said it. It's a way that you can get your point across and say what you need to say about the referee calling and everything else about what's going on all year. It happened last year and here we are this year. This league is turning into a accident prone league because the refs are told, allegedly guys, I'm just speculating because of the way that the calls have been made. And it doesn't matter what team you on. It's a winning team or a losing team. You could be the team that won the game and you still complaining because you felt like you should have got more calls than you did, which there's a lot of calls that were missed on teams that won and teams that lost. But if you lost, you damn that didn't get no calls. I'm going to tell you right now, Chicago is one of the teams that absolutely get no calls, hardly ever. Look at freaking Camila Cardoso. She's one of the tallest players in the league, and she is bound to not get a call at all. Players can hang on her arm, hold her, drag her down as best as they can, and it is so evident, and there's no call. But if you look at the game that Napheesa was in against the Mercury, there was just hardly no calls. But let's be clear. There was no call on the other end for the Mercury either. So neither team got the calls that they needed. So it's not that Napheesa is upset because they didn't make a call on that play. That play is just a freak accident that happened. But had you not let the game get out of hand from the play calling of the referees, from the whistles, then it would not have gotten to that point. And this situation, this injury could have been avoided. And that is where she's coming from with that. I wholeheartedly 100% understand why she said it and what she mean by it. And then on top of that, you don't even check on your players. You get your second in command to call and make a dumb statement of per Napheesa that the lack of a call was not the reason why that injury happened. I beg to differ, as my brother Claude would say. I beg to differ. Because if you get control of the game, this does not happen. It doesn't happen. It doesn't. Now, let's get back. I want y'all to take a look at Stephen A's comments here. This is important. This is very important. I'm sorry, let me come out of this. Let me get to Stephen A. Here it is. Let me get to it. I'm going to change this out because I want you to see it. And it's hard to, I wish they had more instance where we could click on and we can share multiple of these at one time down in the bottom of my Dropbox here. But unfortunately we can't. So let's get to this statement here from Stephen A. to his panel today. Well, yesterday, in reference to this situation. Let's turn my background sound off so we can hear this loud and clear. All right, I wanted to make sure that it was good. I know I need to put it to the front, so let's get this up on stage. Let's get this up on stage. All right, let's play this.
You should resign. You need to resign. Period. The reason I say that, Doggy, is because when a player, any player, but especially one of that magnitude, attacks you publicly like that, that weak ass statement Commissioner Engelberg gave is not good enough. And I'm going to say it. It was a weak ass statement. Could you imagine somebody directing comments and criticisms at you, taking conversations they've had with you directly and telling the world what you said? And did you see that statement Commissioner Engelberg gave? If that, I mean, she basically provided no defense of herself. I mean, I don't have the statement directly in front of me, y'all.
Mischaracterization.
A mischaracterization.
Disheartened.
I'm disheartened at the mischaracterization. What? That was I'm not saying Napheesa Collier personally attacked her. Like, personally, I'm not trying to personalize it like that. But I'm just saying her words were piercing. That was an attack against your leadership. It was an attack against your integrity. It was an attack against your character. And that's the statement you came out with. Kathy Engelberg, the commissioner of the league.
So I just had to play that right there. It's crazy. We have that, and then of course I just read off the breaking news as to this situation here with Fee, which we are so sad that this has taken place on Fee, and watching this over and over again. Let's take the sound off here. It's just one of those things that, see, she just happened to roll it how she landed, because their knees hit. Once their knees hit, her whole foot, it just buckled. And unfortunately, that was tough to see. That was really tough to see. And then we'll get into some of this. But this is Sophie Cunningham reply to basically what Kathy had to say. Or basically what Fee said. And I'll see, let's enlarge it a little bit more so you can see it. I don't want it to be too blurry. I think it's a little blurry for you. But Sophie says, people only know Kathy because of C. She's the most delusional leader our league has seen. That's what she said. And then she replied again, and she says, Sophie, and it shouldn't even be about our commissioner in the first place. But it is about our commissioner. It is about your commissioner, right? It shouldn't be, but it is. However, it is. We can go through. It's still the same piece. There's so much to be said or had by what happened to Fee. And then I can come off of that. That is done. And then let's get into what Asia had to say in reference to this. And so I have to keep taking stuff off and putting it back on, guys, because that's just the way it works. That's just the way it works. So let's go ahead and get the next clip up. And so that way you can hear what Asia had to say. Before I put it up there, let me get it enlarge it here. So there we go. And I'm going to start it from the beginning. So here we go. Now, Asia, when Asia spoke earlier before the game and they asked her about had she heard what Fee said, she said that she hadn't looked at it yet, but knowing Fee, it was a ooh wee, right? And so now that she's had an opportunity after the game in a post uh, interview, here's what Asia had to say. So here we go. Let's play this.
Had an opportunity to listen to Fee, and I just want to say I was honestly disgusted by the comments that Kathy made. But at the same time, I'm very appreciative that we have people like Fee in our committee of our Players Association representing us, because that's what we're going to have to continue to make the push to stand on what we believe in. And I'm grateful to have those type of people be able to continue to speak up for us. And I'm gonna ride with Fee always, because she knows, obviously she's a business girly and she has her own stuff going on. But moving forward, we got to continue to stand on business as we talk about this CBA negotiation. Had an opportunity to listen to Fee.
I'm gonna let you hear it one more time.
I want to say I was honestly disgusted by the comments that Kathy made. But at the same time, I'm very appreciative that we have people like Fee in our committee of our Players Association representing us, because that's what we're going to have to continue to make the push to stand on what we believe in. And I'm grateful to have those type of people be able to continue to speak up for us. And I'm gonna ride with Fee always, because she knows, obviously she's a business girly and she has her own stuff going on. But moving forward, we got to continue to stand on business as we talk about this CBA negotiation.
All right. And there you have it. There you have it. I can go through so many clips of what everyone has said in regards to Napheesa and the decision she made to speak on behalf of Kathy, right? It's wild, man. I'm sorry. I just looked up here real quick, and I know that I went over the first part of what Asia said before actually taking a look at what Fee stated and going through some of those narratives that have been put out there in regards to what Fee has had to say, and the statement that was put out by Kathy. But as you see, people are not, they're not playing about Fee. They're not playing about Fee. They're very intentional. Well, Fee made this statement at the right time, and she was very intentional when she decided and how she decided to put this out there. And it blew up the league. It's going to blow up the league. The season is almost over, and the talks of trying to get this stuff ironed out when we know that the deadline has been pushed back, and they keep having all of these meetings, and all of this stuff is coming up. And next thing you know, here we go. Here we are. So something has to give at some point. At some point. Now, to move away from Napheesa and what has happened there, and players are actually, coming out and supporting her on the statement that she made, and her decision to put certain names out there based on things that she's trying to accomplish and fix. And you can't do that unless you have a solid foundation and backing of your peers. Now, I want to get into recapping of Game 5 of Fever and the Aces. Let's just put up something from the last 2 minutes of the game. Here we go. I'm gonna put this up here. Let's start off with this. Let's enlarge this here so we can see it. There we go. Look at it.
3 to shoot.
No business. Gray said, take this. Take that. That's what she said. Take that. Take that. You can't get any festive as that. And guess what, guys? That's an OT. Look at our girl Fifi. The statement here, I mean, the title, it says WNB, WNBPA president, vice president, and future president, all in the same picture. I love it, guys. I love it. I mean, just the empowerment of what is going on in the league right now, um, and what we're looking to see now. This is just some clips of them showing. I don't want to show Caitlin in that light because she's really a great person. There's some things that she can do to fix some situations, but she did not. And here is, we're getting back to that. Let's see. Candace Parker comments on the list of timeless still from Napheesa Collier. We don't want to. I don't want to hear what Candace had to say. You know, Candace critiquing as of late has not been balancing enough for me. Oh, here it is. This is what I wanted to show you guys that I thought was like, oh my gosh, in this game. I'm sorry. I have to turn off the sound, guys, so you guys can see it. Kelsey freaking Mitchell. Man, I'm waiting. We're waiting to hear the injury results of Kelsey Mitchell. We don't know exactly what happened. Somehow she is something with her knee that I'm still trying to find out in the game where she may have hurt it. As you can see, she came down with the ball, brought the ball up the court, and then I believe there was a whistle that was had. And so she literally had to grab the ref to help her get down. She's hurting and she could not get down on her own, but she's in severe pain as we're trying to figure out as he's trying to figure out how to help her in that moment. But that was a bummer to see that happen with Kelsey. In that situation is, whew, I hated seeing it. Just going through some different stuff. There's some stuff that we can't show that, and we're gonna say, look at this. You see this? My girl Odyssey Sims, man. Odyssey freaking Sims. Odyssey did her thing. 27 points, 6 assists, 7 of 14 from the field, 13 of 12. 12 for 13 free throws. She had a phenomenal game. I've been waiting for someone to just give Sims the opportunity to get back out there and do her thing. You call her back in the league. She was out of the league. You brought her back into the league. You had to have brought her back in for something, right? It means something that she's back. The world saw it last night. That's what they're saying about the game. The game was a great game. Odyssey did her thing. I'm gonna have to go ahead and DM Odyssey and give her congrats on a job well done in that game. Unfortunately, they did not come out with the dub. They came out with an L, but it's nothing to disdain what the Indiana Fever has done this year. Indiana Fever has put themselves on a phenomenal map. They recruited well. They brought in the pieces that they needed, and it worked for them. It gave them exactly what they need to be in the position in which they were in yesterday. Well, now the day before, because now it is now Thursday. But the position that they were in when they played game 5 against the best out of 5, when they played against the Aces, and they gave the Aces a run for their money, as they should have with the pieces in which they brought on the team, although we know that they had 5 guards that went down, but they brought in some key pieces to help them win. And I want to give homage to Stephanie White for doing a phenomenal job on pulling the right pieces. She had some people she brought in, and then she released them to bring in others, right? And because she was on a tear to get to the playoffs and be successful in the playoffs. And sometimes you have to make the tough decisions that will afford you the opportunity to win. And that's just how it goes. That's how it goes. I'm going to tell you, one of the babies that she brought in is one of them near and dear to my heart. And hey, brighter days are coming for that young lady. And we all know this. You know this. She's a child of God. And then we all believe and know this of her. And you have not seen the last of her. You will see her again. I'm a firm believer in that. But time will permit itself when it does, and we will see it happen. Now, with that being said, with the pieces that Stephanie brought in, because those injured players will return, we know that it is an open market next season, and I'm hoping that someone has saw what Odyssey has been able to do in this playoff, and is going to give her that opportunity to be on a team and lead that team. I know we have 2 expansion teams coming up. I would love to see her be a part of a new team that will be, she can call her own, or even be on another team that she can call her own. But I think that something fresh and new for her will work. Could she stay there in Indy? It's a possibility, right? But that means that they will have to let go some of those others that they brought in for the season, like Ariel McDonald. I think that she was a great piece for Fever. However, we have to see. May the best guard win. It's what I want to say on that, because I am not one that takes sides from one team over the other. I am a fan of basketball. I am a fan of the sport. I am a fan of these women having they just deserves to, and them getting everything that they deserve for the things and the work that they do as players, as well as all the amenities and getting the right facilities and all of the enhancing things that they need to keep their body up to par to be able to play this physical game. But the Aces, that's enough about the Fever. The Aces. We thought Chelsea Gray was going down because Odyssey not intentionally stepped on the heels of Chelsea Gray. And we know that Chelsea, not last year, but the year before, had an opportunity, and she had to sit out. And they won without her because she got injured. And we want to make sure that she stays healthy this year. And that's kind of tough when the referees are calling the game the way they're calling the game. It's tough to stay healthy. But at the same time, if you're going to have the refs do what they're doing, Kathy, you need to also make sure that you have what these players need to get themselves and will themselves back on the court, and not just say, oh, not my problem, yours. I afforded you the opportunity to come and play the game you love. You did, but how you going about it is a piss poor job, and you're going to have to do better, period. But Asia freaking Wilson. Asia Wilson. Let's go to these numbers. Let's recap these numbers. I know we did this last night, but I'm coming because I want to recap these numbers and go over them again. And then I just have a couple more minutes on here, guys, and then we're going to get out of here because my intentions is not to go past an hour. Score last night, 107 to 98. And it has been said that in order for a team to win in the playoffs, especially in the best of 5, and definitely more so in the best of 7, because the championship is the best of 7, the best out of 7. It's going to be hard. Excuse me, guys. I'm up with y'all a little bit late so I can get this out and run this for you all tomorrow. run this for you all tomorrow because I do have a busy day tomorrow at work, and I want to make sure that I get something out to you all tomorrow. I could have done this live. However, it's kind of late and I don't want to keep anybody up just because I'm up. I know my chat, you guys follow me no matter what, and you would have made your rounds and way to get in there, but I want you to get your sleep so I can get mine as well. Please do. I'm going to put this as a live recording, so please go in, put your comments. I'll be on my phone so I can check in on the comments, and then we can kind of converse that way. But tell me what you think about not only the video, but the information that was put into the video, my take on everything, and so on and so forth. Back to the scores. Indiana Fever had 6 players in double figures. 6. Howard had 16. Boston had 11. Sims had 27. Mitchell had 15 before she went out on her injury. You had Hall that had 12, and you had Petty that had 13, with the contributing factor of 2 points from Turner and 2 points from Powers. The team shot a 57.9% from the field goal. Free throw line, they were 21 of 24. So they did a great job on finishing with their free throws, which also kept them in the game. We're going to go down to Las Vegas Aces, and I'm just going through this really fast because we already went over this last night, but I just want to recap here on my page while talking in reference to fee for game 4 and adding this last game 5 in there. Also, so for Las Vegas, they had 3 players in double figures with the help of others. So we had Asia Wilson had 35 points. Yes, 35. That's what I said. Gray had 17. And Jackie freaking Young, who is the quiet little mouse, had 32 points. And the contributing factor from the remainder of the team is Nalissa Smith had 5 points. Lloyd had 5 points. I'm sorry, Gustafsson. I want to make sure I have to learn her last name, Gustafsson, which is Megan. She had 5 points. Lloyd had 8 points, and Dana doggone Evans, I got to give it to you, Dana. You did your job. Dana had 5 points, but it's what she did when facilitating and getting the ball up the floor and hitting the gaps so she can make the great passes. That was the beauty about what she did. Also, the Aces shot 57.5% from the field and made 20 of 22 free throws. So now we know this game, the fouls were called perfectly. They were called right because both teams went to the free throw line and shot 20 plus free throws. And what you make of that on those free throws is completely up to you. And so, guys, that's my recap of that. I am excited to see the championship game and know where things are going to end up. I think it's cool that we are at this point and that the league is growing and that the championship will be the best out of 7. Now, with that, guys, again, go back, hit all of the platforms. Brocar with the Gingerbread Man, Steady Serving. Hit Simply Ball Dropping, KSAP. Hit Cut the Ish with our girl Keisha. Then also hit the morning review on Mondays with myself and Bro Claude. Hit, hit full. I think I got Full Court Trio, and then hit the Players Club. There we go. That's all the channel. That's all the channels. There's a lot of channels. Make sure you go by, guys. Make sure you run through. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to all those channels. If you are not subscribed to this channel, definitely take the time to subscribe before you exit the room. Before you exit that stage right, which is your left, go ahead and get what you need and make sure you do your supporting of that and subscribe. We need that. Next to that, there's a notification bell. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time we drop, one of us drop. But definitely go ahead and hit that like button. It's important. And with that, guys, my big thing is I'm here with it. I salute you. I salute you. Until next time. I do want to take you out with the song. I was going to go ahead and jive out. Let's get you this. Let's get this real quick, guys.
Killing them in the streets.
Let's change it to what we need to change it to. You heard that, right? But I want you that part. Here we go. Here it is.
Never ask questions, shoot to kill.
You guys have a fantastic day, because it is already the next day.
All we've ever known was pain. Mixed with thunder, mixed with rain. Our strength in God's love. New day, new time. We will never be slaves again.
I was born to be free, so take them cuffs off me. I mean mentally and physically. And don't be trying to taser me. My neck don't need your knee. And don't be pulling your gun on me. I don't need your punk degree. I know I'm supposed to be. See, I roll with 10,000 fearless, and we be all believers. We only roll off instructions given by a fearless leader. Man, y'all some cheaters. Your justice ain't gon' free us. Your Billy Club might can beat us, but the Savior came to free us. March on, how long? Never gonna get us nothing. Preach on, how long? My people out here suffering. We better be doing some adjusting. Politics is out here hustling. Gotta keep changing this thing. All my people just didn't die for nothing. We wanna be free. We just gotta be free.
Freedom.
We wanna be free. We just gotta be free.
We want freedom.
We wanna be free. We just gotta be free.
Freedom.
We wanna be free. We just gotta be free. United we stand, divided we fall. Send a message to the black man, it's the final call. See, business is warfare, y'all, and it's gonna free us all. Time to battle hood back, get that bread and buy some more. And when they leave the hood, what you gonna do? Are you gonna beg or plead or pull on through? Gotta spread that money with your crew. I'm spitting true game to you. Gotta get that sack, never look back, cause we're all came for you. We wanna be free. We just gotta be free.
Freedom.
We wanna be free. We just gotta be free.
We want freedom.
We wanna be free. We just gotta be free.
Freedom.
We wanna be free. We just gotta be free.
We want freedom. Brought me here against my will. Freedom. Never ask questions, shoot to kill. We want freedom. Built this country with our hands. Freedom. Label me 3/5 of a man. We want freedom. All we've ever known was pain. Mixed with thunder, mixed with rain. Our strength in God's love. New day, new time. We will never be slaves again.
All right, y'all, and I am out. I am out.